Yeah, I think surprising people in food is kind of the best. In certain elements with certain kind of food, making people a little bit nervous is always good. It's kind of like that first kiss where they're nervous, but at the end it's really, really great and they can really sit back and relax and trust you at that point. I'm a very heady person. I spend a lot of time kind of introverted and in my head thinking of different things. I definitely think outside of the box quite a bit, and I think that's what's fueled my progression as a chef, and I think it's what keeps me moving forward with different concepts and kind of why I can't really stay still. What I enjoy most about mountain biking and being out on the trail is you get out into wilderness, so you gotta drive a little ways to get there, and the two worlds seem similar in that they're both really fast paced. I think that actually when you get out on a trail, everything kind of slows down. Your mind is really focused on one thing and one thing only. You don't have time to have your head race about the 50 million things you need to do later that day. I ended up in St. Louis kind of on a whim. So I was kind of obsessed with looking at real estate late at night on the internet and happened to run across something that said wine bar for sale. My now wife and I flew to St. Louis to check it out. Ended up signing papers on a little 1,500 square foot spot that day. 14 to 15 years later, we have 7 restaurants, 6 of them here in St. Louis and 1 in Nashville, Tennessee. Funny thing about the moment that I ended up winning the James Beard Award is that I think I had finally given up and thought that I would never win a James Beard Award. Even though I had been nominated over 7 times, I think it was such a surprise, such a shock. I felt a lot of relief, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but I think, I've dealt with a lot of stress over always trying to win and always trying to be quote unquote the best. Feeling like your entire identity is attached to whatever award that is, whatever restaurant you're at, you can sort of lose yourself in that, and then everything, your happiness, everything can really sort of get attached, defined by what your business does, which is rough because businesses are always changing and shouldn't be the reflection of who you are. I think I struggled for a long time, dealt with a lot of depression and anxiety, a lot of things that nobody talks a lot about. So finding healthy ways outside of work to deal with some of those stresses kind of helped change my perspective, allows me to kind of refocus myself when I feel myself drifting into bad spots. When you're on a mountain bike trail especially, you're constantly looking ahead, trying not to hit a tree, and so your focus is really not on whatever those daily stresses are. We're chefs and we're not on the best of shape. Just getting out there and trying to take your mind off things in a healthy way has been life-changing. I raise a glass to finding a moment for yourself.